This is the High School Coaches Roundtable Show, broadcasting from Sandy's Beef and Ale, where friends and family go for great food and all the big games since 1967. Each week, we broadcast from 2028 Old Lincoln with the stars from the Bucks County football teams. We now go live to Sandy's Beef and Ale for the High School Coaches Roundtable Show. Here now is your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
Good evening. Welcome on out to Sandy's Beef and Ale for the High School Coaches Roundtable Show on WBCB. The regular season is over and the playoffs now begin. And we've got a couple of high school football programs to talk with, including the Neshaminy Redskins. A big win on rivalry week over the Pennsbury Falcons. They move on to 7-3. They will head on the road to take on CB West on Friday night. We'll have that game on WBCB. Coach Felix, congratulations on the win over Pennsbury. At first half, a 14-7 game. What was what was said during halftime that motivated your guys to play so well in the second half of that game?
First of all, thanks for having us again. We're very appreciative of this opportunity. Nothing really was said too much at halftime. We just needed to settle down on offense, take care of the football, and execute. We were getting some of the looks that we expected to get. You know, defensively, outside of that first drive they had, I thought our defensive guys did a good job of stopping and run and getting off the field on third down. So, you know, we knew what we could do offensively, and we just had to settle in. And, you know, this group's so experienced. They played so much football. It wasn't one of those halftime speeches where we had to really get after them or anything like that. The effort was there. The energy was there. We just needed to settle in, and you saw that in the third quarter. We probably played one of the best third quarters that we've played all year long. And like I said, we responded, and, you know, we showed that we could close out and finish the game.
You guys cleaned up some mistakes the first half, a couple of turnovers, some penalties hurt you guys. Is that something that has been an issue throughout the season, that as you look into the postseason, that getting off to a quicker start, for instance, in games, would be a huge help this week against the Bucks?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's been an ongoing issue for us throughout the season. I think in spots that we had some issues with some penalties, but when you run an offense like we run with so many motions and shifts, and we play high tempo and high energy, there's you know, in a given environment like at Pennsbury, it's the crowd noise, it's pretty loud. Stuff like that can happen with the procedure penalties, but, you know, we're focused. I think we had a great week of practice this week. You know, our kids really understand the importance of each week and understand what we need to do each week to be successful. So, you know, we're playing hard, we're playing aggressive, we're playing fast, and most importantly, we're playing together, and that's huge, and you saw that Friday night.
All right, we get to meet the players here. That's what the show is about. Check in with the coaches about what to expect with this week's game. Again, Neshaminy and CB West will have it on WBCB Friday night under the lights. And I want to get a keys to the game segment going. We'll kind of circle back to that later on here after we check in with who is here representing the Neshaminy Redskins. What do you expect, though, from CB West? You guys played earlier this season. Must feel good that you guys got past that team. You guys got a win in that game. I imagine that gives you guys a little bit of extra confidence, extra motivation into this one.
You know what? It's playoffs, so everyone's 0-0, so we know what we're expecting out of CB West. They're very well coached. They're very physical. Offensively, they made a few changes, you know. They moved number 2 around a lot. He's a very good football player, very athletic, runs the ball well, is shown to catch the ball. Now they play him at receiver. So we know what we're going to get. It's going to be a well-coached team, very physical. They do some good things on defense as well as we do. So it's an unbelievable matchup, you know, first round of the playoffs. Two great Suburban 1 teams, two teams with a lot of tradition and history going at it again, and we're excited for the opportunity. But, you know, it's District 1 football now. It's playoffs, so we're excited about it.
All right, so you throw that first game out the window. It's a whole new thing.
Out the window.
Completely. A couple of classic programs set to clash on Friday night. Got it on WBCB. Looking forward to it. Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight for the roundtable.
Logan LeBady, one of our offensive linemen, senior, and brought David Liberty, our senior wide receiver. These two guys, you may not see them a lot in the stat line, but they're two great seniors, two very good competitors, 2 guys that are lead by example guys, and 2 guys this year that, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in without these 2 guys and the work ethic and some of the stuff that they do on Friday night. But we're honored to have them here. And, like I said, they're doing a great job. Logan up front with the O-line, our guys have done a great job being able to run the football, doing some things in the pass game. And David, as a wide receiver, when his number called, he makes his catches. You don't notice him a lot as far as catching the football, but blocking. A lot of our offense, we have a saying in our offense, no block, no rock. So our guys have to be unselfish, and he's one of the most unselfish players we have, a team player, and these guys are just doing a tremendous job and huge contributors to our success.
Had a hook up with Eckert in that win over Pennsbury. Let's talk to Logan first, offensive lineman. Got to be a point of pride for you guys to be rushing at 5.5 yards per rush right now. I mean, that's a credit to the offensive line. Is that a stat you were familiar with before tonight's show?
It's not, but it's awesome to hear that.
Push that mic up just a little bit so we hear you a little better. Thank you so much.
Yep, how's that? Good?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, that's an awesome stat, because I didn't know that, and I take pride in that because being able to run the ball, that's just something you want to be able to do as an offense. So.
That's job number 1 here to get things going. But you guys have a lot of jobs, a lot of different roles with the offense being so multiple. I was really impressed with the screen game, with some of the short passes, and then you guys got the running game going. Is that a challenge on the offensive line to be ready for all of those different situations?
Oh, yeah, of course, because, if you can't run the ball, then the pass might not be open as much because they know we're going to pass it. So just be ready for every situation because you never know what's going to happen.
All right, Pennsbury, Neshaminy, halftime. That game was still in the balance. What was going through your mind at halftime after the first half of play? What were you looking to clean up on the offensive line?
I just felt like me personally I had to play more physical. I didn't think I played the most physical half of football, so I think I just had to come out, play more physical, and that would be the key for me.
All right, so what worked well for you guys against CB West the first time you met with them?
I'm pretty sure just us, once again, playing physical. It's 2 physical teams playing each other, so it's just whatever team's going to be more physical is going to come out on top Friday night.
And do you remember, your specific matchups, or the players you were kind of directly facing?
Yeah, I remember them a little bit. Yeah, it's got to dominate, and that's how you win.
All right, a couple of seniors here for Neshaminy. Want to find out from both you guys about what might be next after Neshaminy as far as academics, what your football journey might look like. What is next for you as far as the academic path or professional decisions you might make?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do yet, but I might go into a trade or maybe join a military branch, so I'm not entirely sure what I want to do yet, but that's one of the options.
All right, do you think your football journey is going to continue after Neshaminy?
Probably not. I think I'm going to stop after Neshaminy, but I've always loved playing football. So.
I mean, that type of awareness, maybe allows you to savor these games and this experience a little bit more. I mean, there's a precious few moments that you guys have to take advantage of. Is that something that goes through your mind?
Oh, yeah, of course, because, there will be one day when I take off the pads for the last time, and I don't want that to be anytime soon, so I'm just going to play my heart out for the rest of this season.
All right, again, we're going to check in with all you guys about the keys to the game this week against CB West, but going to jump to your teammate here. David, welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us tonight. Thanks. How about after Neshaminy for you? What's next on your football journey, academics journey?
I haven't decided yet. It's between military or college right now. So.
Well, best of luck to both you guys, whatever happens to come next for you. This last week, Eckert hooked up with a bunch of different guys. I was really impressed with how many different receivers he was able to develop chemistry with throughout the season. That must he's looking for you. He's looking for all these different receivers. That has to open things up for you guys offensively. It's a key to this win over Pennsbury, it felt like.
Yeah, it's the beauty of our offense, You got offenses that have 2 or 3 guys that who are going to get the ball consistently. And we're one of those offenses where we have 7 or 8 guys who are out there who can make plays. And it's not always a one-guy night. It could be 2 guys one night, a completely 2 different guys another night. It's a lot for a defense. It's good defenses to keep up with.
Yeah, definitely. All the different looks and all the different options you guys throw out there was very impressive Friday night against Pennsbury. It felt like you had everything working for you. You know, the offensive line gets so much credit for the run game, but as a wide receiver and across that entire offense, I mean, you guys all deserve credit for the work you do to block. And I think wide receivers, they don't get enough love for the work that they do on the outside to create some openings.
Yeah, not at all. But yeah, you got those guys up front, and they create the lanes. And, you know, we do our job in the blocking game, but they do so much more than we do. You see these plays where he's 30 yards downfield, and I'm like, dude, how you caught up to me? Like, how'd you catch up to me already?
Some pretty good athleticism from the big guys as well. Yeah, but the the wide receivers really don't get very much credit for some of the success of the run game here. All right, so keys to the game: CB West, Neshaminy, clash of a couple of great programs. We'll have it for you on WBCB. Coach, key one here for Neshaminy.
It's going to come down to the turnover battle. We're going to take care of the football on offense, and then on defense, we've got to knock it loose, and we've got to create some turnovers. That's first and foremost. And I think the next thing is we've got to stop the run, and you have to run the football. And those are things each week that need to happen for you to be successful, but specifically playoff football. You know, you need to stop the run, and you've got to get off the field on third down. But also on offense, we have to be able to run the football, and we have to be able to execute on third down and get the chains moving.
Those basic building blocks helping you to get maybe to a win and move on in the postseason. What do you say, Logan? A key this week?
I think we have to win our one-on-one battles. Like, our receivers gonna have to win their route battles. The linemen's got to beat their guy in a one-on-one block. It's just whatever team has more one-on-one wins throughout the night's gonna be the team that comes out on top.
David, what do you say? What do you point to?
We just have to play physical. We know they're a physical team. We're a physical team. We got to out-physical them all night and win our one-on-ones, like Logan said, and just limit our mistakes that we've had the past few weeks, because that's not us.
All right, Logan, any challenge, because you guys did beat this team the first time you met, to worry about overconfidence or kind of take this game as a whole separate thing?
Oh, it's definitely a whole separate thing. Like Coach said earlier, we're just going to throw the first game completely out of the way and just focus on what we've seen, on film from the past couple weeks of them, and just take it like that.
And David, talk a little bit about how this season has played out for you as a Neshaminy football player, and this senior year really living up and exceeding expectations going into this season. I mean, based on where you guys were last year, the season before that, a lot of success this year. Must feel really good.
Yeah, it does. But, again, not to bring up the past, but we had success last year, went into the playoffs, lost right away. We want to keep this thing rolling, go on the road, win, and keep going. Like our wide receiver coach says, every week he tells us, he gets a little sentimental. He's like, don't let your football journey end here. So we want to keep it rolling.
I like that. I like that little coach quote here in the mix for our High School Coaches Roundtable show on WBCB. Big thanks to the Neshaminy Redskins for being with us tonight. And we got their game as they will head on the road to take on CB West Friday night under the lights. We'll have it on WBCB. We're going to step aside and return here to Sandy's in just a little bit. Oh, before we do, we got to get our photo took. Capturing the memories. Man, it's been a great season at Sandy's. We'll tell you more about that, and we'll meet the Conwell-Egan Catholic Eagles in just a moment. Great job, guys.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat. Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast beef sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
We now return to
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast beef sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
We now return to Sandy's Beef and Ale in Langhorne for the Bucks County Coaches Roundtable Show. Once again, here's your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
All right, so last week was rivalry week. You heard about the Pennsbury Falcons and Neshaminy Redskins. Neshaminy getting a big win in that game. Council Rock South with a huge victory over Council Rock North, and that caps off a league title for the Golden Hawks, who joined us out here at Sandy's on a number of different weeks. Ben Salem wrapping up their regular season with a win, and they wind up 5-5 this year. Bristol with a huge win, and they get ready for playoff action. We'll have that for you on WBCB as the boys from Bristol, the Warriors, host New Hope Solebury on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. So a Saturday night hookup in Bristol for that one. And right now we got Egan. They earned themselves a postseason game against Newman Goretti. And we'll talk with the Eagles and Coach Kevlak. Welcome.
Nice to meet you. How we doing?
I'm doing all right. I thought you were a player on the team.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Tell me a little bit about this Egan team, about what to expect in this game against Newman Goretti. You guys played earlier this season, and you guys lost a low-scoring game, 12-6. When you look back at that game, what were some of the things you learned from that one?
I think we had a lot of young guys playing in that game, so we're getting healthier, which has been probably the narrative for our season this year has been injuries. So we're getting healthy. We haven't been this healthy since probably week 3. I would say our boys fought pretty hard in that game against Newman, and when we lost, I think we were pretty upset. So we've been playing better since then. We've had a couple different quarterbacks in there and things like that, trying some new things, and we'll be ready to go. I'm pretty confident in that.
All right, so a neutral site game, right? Both teams will travel to O'Hara for that one. Anything about the logistics or whatever? The first game, were you down at the super site?
No, we were at Widener,
Gotcha.
Widener University.
All right, so at Newman Goretti, they kind of bounce around from different location.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's the game plan for you guys? What are you going to try to do differently this time against the Saints?
Score more points than they do.
Okay. And how do you do it? I mean, what are your first 15 scripted plays, Coach?
Throw it deep. No, really, it's just about executing. I think, obviously, any motto for any football team should be no turnovers and executing plays, just converting on third down, things like that. Like I said, we're more of a team that's, just find a way to win, whatever has to be done, make it happen, right, whatever it takes. So, like I said, we're getting healthy. We're pretty confident going this game that we'll be all right, and we'll be moving on.
On the coaching staff, what role do you play? And talk a little bit about the specific group and the guys that you've been giving a little more time to.
Yeah, so I'm the pass game coordinator here at Egan. The last couple of years, I've been the receiver and DB coach. Got a little bit more responsibility this year. I'm still the receiver and DB coach, but now I'm the pass game coordinator. So I kind of, it's in the title. I coordinate the pass game, help out with different concepts, watching a lot of film, just trying to see what we can do week in and week out. I try to dabble in with the run game a little bit with Coach O'Hara over there. He's pretty knowledgeable guy in that. So it's been fun, having more responsibility, more of a role, controlling things more than I have been. But when things don't go right, you hear more of it, from your fans and things like that. Everybody tells you got to call the right play. So,
Yeah, that responsibility can be a little
when you
bit
call the
heavy
wrong play, you
sometimes.
get in trouble. So.
All right, so Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight here for the roundtable. Also want to get some keys from everybody with us in the game over Newman Goretti. But tell us who's representing the Eagles here.
So the guy to my right, his name is Furio Fusco. He plays linebacker and guard for us. And then we have also, he's a senior. And then we also have senior Ryan Norris, plays guard and DN for us as well.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. Appreciate your being with us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so this year, ups and downs. Where would you say the strength of this Egan team is as you guys get ready to tangle again with Newman Goretti?
I think our pass game is pretty strong, and I think our outside run's pretty strong. Our inside run, it's getting there, but I think it's definitely going to be up to par this week. How about you, Ryan Norris?
I think that we're all playing as brothers, and we're sticking together this week, and we're all going this together, and if we just keep moving the ball and scoring, we're gonna win.
Yeah, we're pretty gritty.
You guys just interview each other.
Yeah,
Well, we get to meet the players and find out stuff like what's gonna be going on with you after you're done at Egan. Like what's next in your academics journey, your football journey.
I'd say so. I'm becoming a firefighter after high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going down to Philly after I'm done a couple of my courses for that.
You're giving up your dreams of Harvard Law.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yeah, that's what it says here. Harvard Law.
Yeah, they don't deserve me. I feel like too good for them.
I mean,
so I'm taking my talents to firefighting in Philly.
I mean, how are you going to impact more people? Saving lives, fighting fires, or being some kind of goofy lawyer? I think you're making the right move.
I'm not really a suit and tie type of guy.
All right, so ups and downs this season. Is there any game or highlight that you would look at that it sticks out to you, a win for the program, a moment that you were able to shine?
I don't really like to think of myself when it comes to the team, but I think definitely our first win was definitely a big one because we were working all summer, putting in the hours, and finally pulled through the first game, and it was a good team win.
All right, well, let's jump over to your teammate Ryan. How about you after you're done at Egan? What's next in your journey?
I would like to.
What's next in life?
Try to get into be an electrician, be in the union, try to become a lineman.
Nice.
Work on power lines and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Again, a great way. I mean, probably serving more people than some lawyer or something like that. All right, let's get into the keys to the game. I'll put you on the spot first, Ryan. What would you point to as a key? What do you guys need to do to get a win over Newman Goretti?
I think if we just keep pounding the ball like we always do and just stay together, if we start fighting with each other, then it's just going to go downhill. So we just got to stay together and just know the plays and just be one.
Has that been an issue? Like if you guys got off to a slow start, then sometimes things will break down a little bit more. You guys got to stick together in that regard, and a quick start helps that sideline. I don't know, feel like everybody's together.
Yeah, get a little fired up and stuff. I feel like if we come off the ball weak and we don't come right off the ball like heavy and stuff, we don't do that the whole game. We start to get a little lackadaisical.
All right, Furio, what would you point to? Key to the game, Egan, NG, round 2.
So I think, we just got to stay disciplined the whole game because I feel like sometimes we kind of, like my fellow teammate Ryan Norris said, we get lackadaisical and we take shortcuts sometimes. So if we stay disciplined and to our steps and all that, we could win. And then same thing on offense. We just got to, like he said, keep on pounding the rock, get in there.
Coach Kevlak, key to the game.
Score more points than they do.
And you talking about getting healthy. Is that an element that in the past game makes you feel a little bit more comfortable, more confident going into this one? You guys got some guys back, feel like you're at full strength?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, in our first game against Newton, we had a freshman starting at guard. We were pretty banged up down on the line, so we have Ryan being one of them is back, which is really helpful. You know, we've had some skill guys that went down, and they're coming back now. So I'm confident. I don't want to say too much, obviously. Can't give too much away.
No, we got to keep everything close to the vest as you guys get ready to, again, play the Saints, Newman Goretti. What are some other things that you look at as part of student life at Conwell-Egan Catholic High School? What are other activities, clubs? I know we hear sometimes Spirit Night from a lot of the guests that join us here at the Roundtable.
Yeah. So, Spirit Night is a big one. I mean, I don't really think about that till later on. But, you know, I like lacrosse. I do that. Season's coming up, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then
so that's a winter, so you transition.
It's a spring.
Oh, okay. But you guys got to start to get ready.
Yeah. We're big things coming this year for them, so we're excited. And then, you know, doing rugby this year too.
Nice. Keeping busy. That's awesome. Ryan, what about you?
I don't do Spirit Night and stuff. To be honest, I don't like being at school that much longer than I need to be. So I do a lot of fishing, going by myself and stuff, and just getting out on the water.
Getting there outdoors, being by yourself, a little quality time. All right, guys, good luck this week as Egan and Newman Goretti going to do battle. And great to have the Eagles with us here at our High School Coaches Roundtable show on WBCB. Again, we'll step aside, and I think we got the Pennsbury Falcons here. Coach Stout is with us, so we'll talk to him in just a little bit when we return to Sandy's Beef and Ale.
See ya.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast beef sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
Your day-to-day life is hectic. Between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast beef sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
We now return to Sandy's Beef and Ale in Langhorne for the Bucks County Coaches Roundtable show. Once again, here's your host, WBCB's Chris Ermer.
Welcome back to Sandy's Beef and Ale High School Coaches Roundtable show on WBCB as we wrap up the regular season. With us now, the Pennsbury Falcons. Tough loss to Neshaminy, a good first half of play, but Neshaminy put some distance between the two teams in the second half. And with us, Coach Stout. Thanks so much for checking in here, Coach. You guys have quite a lot of underclassmen on this team, and next year I think there's a lot to look forward to. Let's talk a little bit about numbers. I think you were telling me before the show that you guys will lose only a select few seniors to graduation this year.
Yeah, well, we're losing a few of them are really pretty good and great kids.
Yeah, typically that's always the best talent on the team,
Yeah.
the seniors, but
we have one sitting here, David Kane, so I don't want to slight anybody. People like David, who was, throughout a tough season, I use the word resilient because they believed in themselves. They believed in the head coach. The head coach goes out and prepares for each game like it's, first game of the season. And he did that this year, and he kept them motivated. The assistant coaches helped keep them motivated. He could speak more about that because he's on the field. But the kids never got after each other. They never they didn't quit. They just went out and played very mature football the best they could. So, but yes, we're losing a few here and there. We have a couple defensive backs, seniors, starters. But for the rest of the defense, I would say I'm just guessing 8 of them are underclassmen. And on offense, he could count the numbers. Probably 6 of them are underclassmen. So we'll have maybe 75% coming back. We have sophomores and juniors playing this year, and the sophomores contributed, a couple of them. So we're looking forward to next year already.
Sophomore contributing at the quarterback spot for the Pennsbury Falcons, and this young man was asked to do a number of different things, play a bunch of different roles for the Falcons. But Coach, take me into the locker room. Neshaminy Pennsbury game, big rivalry, and you guys were right with the with Neshaminy at halftime. What was the feeling like in the locker room? What was the message that was delivered? Was there maybe an overconfidence? I don't know. I'm trying to look at what the difference was between the first half and the second half of that game.
Well, I wouldn't say overconfidence. What happened, the head coach divided the offense and the defense. The offense went with the offensive coaches.
Right.
Defense did the same. Looked at a little bit of, film on the iPad, so on and so forth. Tried to make some adjustments the best we can. Now understand, this is not a shabby team we're playing, which you know that, and so it's a tough team. They made whatever changes they thought best, and they certainly had a better second half than first. But again, our kids went out, and we got some penalties. That started creeping up. Started earlier in the game, but it kind of manifested later on.
Right.
They had that nice, for them, that pick when we threw across the field. That's growing pains coming from a young quarterback, and not to just blame him, but they ran that back, so that play was really important.
And give credit to the Neshaminy defensive back for a great play, and he's had an amazing season in that regard, targeting the football. But Coach, tell us who you brought with you tonight, representing Pennsbury Falcon football here on the Roundtable.
A senior, number 8, David Kane, and David has played multiple positions throughout the last couple of years. Quarterback, defensive end, punter. He punted the ball, I think, every time this year. He was our punter, played on the line some. And not only that, but like I said, he's actually one of the leaders on the team. He's a very good-sized young man, very positive, no frowning, no crying about anything, maybe a little talk on how we could get better among the players. I would hear them talk themselves, but really, for the tough year we had, they really held together, and I'm very happy to be sitting here with him. And he's always good to see and good to talk to. And every day, Coach, how are you doing? Big smile, comes from school, and so I'm happy to be here with him.
All right, well, David, welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us. As you started this year, and you were under center, signal caller for Pennsbury a little bit, did that aid you with some of the other spots, some of the other things you were called to do, where you felt like you kind of had a command of the playbook? You knew what those other roles entailed?
I just knew I had to step up anywhere they needed to. I knew we had a lot of spots to fill up, but I just did whatever my coaches needed me to do, and I stepped up wherever they needed me to. So.
All right, as a senior, what is going to be next for you on your academics journey, on your football journey, if that is to continue?
I'm up in the air right now. I'm considering going either to college to play ball or trade school, so a little indecisive at the moment. But
how about other things that pique your interest when it comes to the Pennsbury student experience, other clubs, sports, activities that you might get into?
So I did track last year, but I was thinking about doing it again this year to stay in shape, get a little faster if I were to go to college, become more of a versatile athlete, get my speed up. I have a lot of strength already, so like if I can balance it out, I feel like I can become a better player.
All right, so you look back at this last game in the locker room. You guys had the game was within grasp. What was your feeling going into the second half of play? You must have been carrying some confidence into the second half.
Yeah, it was a great game. I mean, going into the game, it was hot. It was a rivalry. We beat them the last 3 years in a row. There's a lot of talk going on back and forth between the teams. So to be almost tied 7-14 at halftime with such a good team, we were hyped. We were going into it. We thought we were going to come out strong and stuff. We kept that momentum going, but things just didn't go our way.
So some of that talking was going on the field between plays and
on the field, off the field, just in general. It's a rivalry. It happens. But at the end of the day, it's on the field. We're all brothers, so, All
right, well, as you look back on this season, any highlights that stick out for you? Any of the roles that you played, I don't know, that you enjoyed more? At one point, you're even a slot receiver on this team.
Yeah, I don't know. I just loved being on the field. There's not really like a certain time I had the most fun, but just being out there with the guys every single time, those are always a memory to make.
Well, it's great for us to get to meet the players that play football and under the helmets and everything. So appreciate your coming out and being with us tonight here for our roundtable, and Coach Stout being a part of it throughout the season. Really appreciate that as we wrap up the regular season and now move on to postseason play. And for the Pennsbury Falcons, we look to next season and some of the underclassmen moving up and developing and seeing what they're going to have to offer as we'll get back to Pennsbury Falcon football next season on WBCB. We do have a doubleheader on Friday night. Neshaminy. Oh, no, we got Friday night, Neshaminy and CB West, and we're over in Jersey for a Steinert game as they head to Red Bank. And it's Saturday night. We have our other Bucks County action as the Bristol Warriors will take on New Hope Solbury, and we'll have all those games for you on WBCB on YouTube. All right, that's going to wrap up the roundtable. Big thanks to Gus Barber and Ava Fife, who have helped us out with all the technical stuff. Had a little more social connections through Instagram this year, with Ava helping us putting some photos over there on IG. And thanks to Brianne O'Neill, who's been with us throughout the season before Gus gets here. She's our technical advisor. Thanks to Michelle and to Kevin from Sandy's for hosting us again for the roundtable, and to all the teams, the coaches. We could not do it without you, so I really appreciate giving us a little bit of time talking high school football on WBCB. That'll do it. We'll catch you next season back here on your station in Bucks, Burlington, and